Tonight's Path to Greatness takes us to the Dow Chargers junior varsity girls tennis team. Her name, Ruth Pasek, and it's more than just a spot on the roster. It's proof you never truly have any idea of just what a person has gone through or what that roster spot might mean to them.
She figure skated, she downhill skied, she did the volleyball, lacrosse, basketball. She was an athlete.
That was Ruth Pasek before the autumn of 2013, but not anymore.
Why was she falling?
A question the Pasek family continually asked after Ruth suffered 5 concussions in just 3.5 years. Some during sports, some not, but all simply from losing her balance. One concussion diagnosed as a traumatic brain injury.
During the basketball game, I remember it happened, and the whole team was just in shambles. We were all crying.
They, in essence, stopped the game. They canceled the game. They sent both teams home, and she got sent off on a backboard and a neck brace in an ambulance to the hospital. And she didn't recognize or know who we were.
Ruth had always been an athlete, never considered a clumsy person, but for some reason, the accidents just kept finding her.
When they don't recognize who you are, you know something significant is going on, and that happened more than once.
After years of unanswered questions from doctors, the Pasek family finally got in touch with the Mayo Clinic, where they found out the real reasoning behind Ruth's falls, and therefore, all of her concussions.
Crystals that drop tend to happen in elderly people or older people. They don't usually drop in teenagers.
It happened in her very first concussion, but she was never checked for a condition called BPPV. It's when a blow to the head causes crystals in your inner ear to become dislodged, which in turn causes dizziness, distorted balance, and vertigo, which would explain what the Paseks always thought were accidents.
If that had been checked in the very beginning, she might have been able to play then all of the sports that she loved. But every time there was a movement that went too quickly, that crystal wreaked havoc on her balance.
Anger, frustration, confusion, all things the Paseks felt.
Could there be a balance problem? Instead of saying, no, it can't be that, it really was that.
Especially Ruth.
I don't remember specific things, but I remember feeling really lonely and feeling like I was never going to get better.
Ruth says she feels like she lost years of her life.
Every single thing that's happened to me in the last 4 years is just based on what everyone else tells me.
Years of no memories, years of isolation.
The scariest thing for me is not really knowing what's memory and what's not.
Years of darkness.
I just felt like I didn't really have a purpose, or I wasn't passionate anymore, and I just kind of lost sight of who I was.
One thing she didn't lose though, her sense of resiliency.
I just have to move on, and if I keep lingering on, then I'm just going to lose even more of my life.
With help from the Mayo Clinic, what the Paseks call a blessing, Ruth started rehab on her brain. Through her commitment to getting better, Ruth is getting her life back. After practicing rehab daily, Ruth has been cleared for non-contact activities, bringing back one of her favorite sports, skiing.
And it was so exciting to see her go down the hill again.
And even introducing her to a new sport, tennis.
She took to it like a fish in water. And I was elated.
It's Ruth's strength and positivity that has gotten her back on the court.
She'd be in one of her darkest moments and just be like, I think this is part of the plan.
Even after sports were taken away from her.
And just her being able to say something like that is just so mind-blowing to me.
Because through each fall,
maybe it's to have her have more strength for the future. It's been a long journey.
Strength and positivity is all the Pasek family really had left.
Don't take things for granted, the small things for granted, like walking and running.
And it's what puts Ruth Pasek.
It's still a journey, and she's still growing from it and learning from it.
On the path to greatness.
It's part of life, right?